Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our next edition of Tiger Eye Talk. Excited to have everyone here, and I'm very excited to have my guest, Susan Husa. She is a certified professional coactive coach. We're going to learn about some coaching today. This is going to be awesome. So, I want to introduce her a little bit, and then she is going to tell you a little bit more about her business and her coaching program and how she helps those that she works with. So, Susan Husa is a certified professional coactive coach, has been helping people and organizations get to the heart of the matter for over 30 years. In early adulthood, as a sales and marketing director, she helped ignite a startup organization with a group of trainers and consultants in management development. She developed a keen awareness of how to bring a vision to life, what a mission entails, and how important processes are for efficiency and purpose. This experience influenced how she approached life. Susan got married, started a family, and was deeply involved in supporting organizations relative to her children's education and well being. She held many leadership positions while grappling the insecurities and sabotage that sabotages her confidence, even though her faith always provided a way to get through what felt like tumultuous times. There was an underlying theme of insecurity that had a hold. Coaching was the vehicle for showing her what she needed to change. She believes coaching is the game changer for people because it is deeply personalized for taking a deep dive into themselves. They see all the junk they need to throw out and what they need to examine about themselves to start a new way. Susan primarily works with successful Christian women grappling with unease and confidence. She and her husband of 29 years have two thriving adult children. They love getting together with family and friends, and she is an avid boater. She loves writing, painting, crafting, pickleball, downhill skiing, yard work, hiking, traveling, and of course, the list goes on and on. She is a very, very well rounded person, is what I would call Susan.
Aw, thank
Welcome,
you, Lisa.
Susan. So glad to have you.
Thank you, Lisa. It's such a pleasure to be here. So one little thing is my last name is pronounced Husa. And I know
Yes.
it's so easy to think that it's Hussa. And I'm like, I'm not a Hussa.
My apologies for that.
No, it's all good. It's all about having fun wherever you go. And so, we can have fun, candid conversations. And that's what I've evolved into. So over the years, that insecurity really blossomed into just being who I am. Everybody talks about, oh, just be you. Well, easier said than done because we have all these insecurities that we need to shed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So tell us a little more of how, I guess, do you have a specific process that you use to help with the students and people that you work with, that you coach?
Yes, thank you. I do. There is a process, and the process is inquiry. Curiosity is the main driver of someone getting to know themselves, really taking a look at the heart of who they are so that the choices that they make are what they are present in life with. So we break it apart into looking at the current agenda of your life, and how is it that you are showing up in the circumstances, the bigger picture, all the aspects of your life. So how you're feeling on the inside is what's going to permeate the places that you go externally, right? And so if you want to get to a point where you do feel like you're more heart centered into just being that authentic self, um, I'm using words that we all can relate to. And when we talk about balance in life, that process that I help people with is more so about the choices that we're making. So the process really is, it's intermixed. As I'm coaching someone, there's a lot of different things going on within them. And so to articulate a little bit, uh, I guess I want to refine what I just said. So we look at the whole circumstances in life. That's, and then what is it that you're choosing that fulfills you, and the balance is choice, and the process in which you live in your life is how you're showing up in the present.
That's awesome. That's really, really good. And a lot of people, they don't think that way. They are more focused on others versus themselves sometimes. And
Hmm.
sometimes, it may be themselves that they need to, look at first before
Hmm.
trying to help others. Um,
Absolutely.
yes, yes. What is something that people may misunderstand about what it is that you do?
What would they misunderstand? Hmm. Well, so I'm just going to say what comes off the top. So every coach has a different way of bringing of supporting their clients. So I guess I want to point to what I do. So the intake form that I generally do with clients is, I get to the bottom of, what's bothering you, what has you considering a coach, and then through that conversation, I'm making an assessment for myself as to whether this person is really committed to their personal development, because really that's the bottom line, is our personal development affects every aspect of our life. So what is it that they truly want, and what is it that they truly want to see about themselves? Because if someone's not ready to actually dive deep into what those things are about who they are, it's not going to be a great relationship. The other thing is, some people will be, suggesting books and, giving a lot of homework that's tedious. I like to dive into what worked for me when I went through coach training. And so, think about that. For a whole year, I'm just diving into being coached almost every day. And then, so that experience really took everything out of me that would have ever wanted to be released. Um,
That's
so I
good.
guess I'll stop at that because that was a lot to digest.
Yes, absolutely. And that gives others a lot to think about as
Hmm.
well when they are choosing to work with a coach.
Hmm.
Different coaches, out there for different types of things,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
You're
Hmm.
you're a life coach. There's business coaches. There's, all kind of different types of coaches. So you need to make sure you're looking for the right type of coach when you start looking for a coach that is going to best meet the needs that you have at that given time.
Absolutely.
Awesome, awesome. What is one of the number one takeaways or experience that maybe your clients have had through working with you?
Confidence is the big one.
Awesome.
Yeah, confidence to have a conversation. I always thought I was a pretty good communicator. I had a lot of confidence, but there were some things that I just wasn't quite getting it. And so the coach training that I went through is all wrapped around transformative conversations. So I started learning how to have a conversation with people and guiding the conversation. So not only was I able to get clear about what it was that I truly wanted within myself, I was able to articulate what it was that I wanted, and then also guide that conversation so that the person that I was actually having a conversation with, excuse me, I was able to help them actually, uh, I want to say, extrapolate those things that were coming up for them that they didn't really even know how to express. So when we talk about transformative conversations, what we're doing is we are transforming the whole relationship, and it's a matter of empathy and compassion and the essence of love showing up so that both parties are feeling nurtured in the moment. So when people work with me, they're diving into themselves, but they're also experiencing this transformative conversational process, which then they adopt. It becomes of them. They learn it by doing it, and then it just becomes a part of how they show up in life.
Awesome. I love that. I love that. Um, who would you say are the three most influential people you've had in your life that made a big impact on you?
Hmm. Let's see. So I would say, of course, my early childhood, just growing up in a large family. My mother had 9 children. uh, that had a huge influence on my foundation. Um, so then moving into adulthood, I would say the first person that comes to mind is the organization that I mentioned in the bio. It was a group of trainers and consultants, and they were starting up this business. And so I got to see, from vision to mission to purpose, and then all of us going out and performing our roles, and always coming back and just, always checking in with each other to examine, what it was that was going on. Like, I was the sales and marketing director, so I would be out there interviewing these, large organizations, and we were more focused on manufacturing. So I'd get to tour the plants and see all the things that were going on. And but the inquiry, we were a needs based organization, and so I loved that because there wasn't a manipulative sales. There wasn't. Uh, so that, and they allowed me to grow, and that's what I'm getting at here, is the influence that they had on my life was really like playing into my role today.
Awesome.
um yeah, and then I would say, so them being mentors and allowing me to try things out without knowing everything, right? None of us know everything, but
Yep.
they gave me it's like letting your kids, fly, right? You they launch out of the nest and they kind of go try things out based on the foundational principles that you set them up with.
Yes.
So I let's just stop at that, because that was a lot, a mouthful there.
It was awesome. Awesome. So, what is your biggest pet peeve?
Let's see. Biggest pet peeve would be, what's coming to mind here? Well, an example, this morning, I was actually creating an event, and I sent out a procedures document on, this is how, these are the steps. I mean, I've got them lined out, 1, 2, 3. In order for you to do an event with me, you have to, you know, do step 1, step 2, step 3.
Right.
So on the back end, I get it. It's all right there. Boom. I can send that event out. Well, they skipped a few things. And so my pet peeve is, if I take the time to be with clarity around the things that I need, and you haven't asked any questions around it, maybe you've misinterpreted it. But if it's really clear, like, I need an event description and you haven't provided me one, that takes more time out of my day now to get back to this
True.
person and say, where's the description? So that's a pet peeve of mine, is, I can be a little stickler.
Awesome. Awesome.
Mhm.
Awesome. What's one thing your business or successful venture did that you've done that you didn't expect to happen? during your entrepreneurship journey?
Oh, okay. Oh gosh, developing courses. I, I'm like, as a Christian woman, I'm always checking in with God every day. Like every morning, that's my routine. I get up, I make my coffee, and I sit and read my Bible. And I've been doing that for, oh my gosh, many, many years now. And uh, I just totally got lost in the question because I'm like, in the Bible, drinking my coffee.
What's one thing in your business or successful ventures that happened that you did not expect?
Yeah. So the workshop. So I was invited to speak at for a group of people, and I was like, I can create something that would be lovely. I mean, I've been trained in Toastmasters, had a lot of public speaking opportunities in the past, but I never really saw myself doing that. I was thinking that I would be more one-on-one coaching, and that that talk that I gave turned into a workshop, which is now something that I offer to people. It's called Resolve What Bothers You, and it's been so beautiful. People get so much out of that. It's a tool that they can use over and over and over again. And on the back side of that, if they come up with an idea of resolve for themselves, but then that's where I can come in and help them through those the intricate details that are involved in that. Usually it's a conversation that they're going to have with someone else. Like they want to incorporate new ideas into their home. Like one person came to me and they wanted to stop the phones at the dinner table, and and so they were just going to like, yep, this is it, this is how we're doing it now. And there's a better way of doing that, right? You can just let people know it's on my heart to have all of us around the table, chat about things. So I'm kind of going on a little bit about expounding on this, but I think it's important to share this. So sometimes we think, oh, we're just going to drive it forward and we're just going to make things, the way we want it. And I know everything. And, there's this hovering and that people feel rather than opening up the conversation. I have something on my heart. I would love to have all of us come to the table without our phones. And I just want to, open up the discussion around how does that land with all of you, and then facilitate that conversation and honor what their initial response is. So
Yes,
I was really surprised to see that now I'm creating workshops.
that's awesome.
Mhm.
That's beneficial for others too, as well.
Oh, and it's so
Not just your
beautiful.
coaching, but also, yeah, workshops and stuff can be
And it's so
beneficial.
fun, and I do feel confident about it. I'm just like, okay, God, you're funny. He always.
That's awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it. I love it. What is the most important lesson that you've learned over the time that you have been an entrepreneur?
Mm, just said this. This came up the other day. It's steadfast discernment.
Oh, wow.
There are so many people telling me how to do it.
Yep,
And over the years, I've noticed that some things just don't resonate.
that's true.
And or I haven't quite gotten there yet. And so as with anything in life, we're not quite ready to hear it, accept it, or even there's this developmental stage that hasn't quite blossomed enough yet.
Awesome. I love that.
Mhm.
That's good. Good. What time of day do you do your best work?
In the mornings.
You're a morning person. Awesome.
I never used to be. I used to be a late nighter. The kids would go to bed and I'd be like, oh, I got some quiet time now. I can think. And,
Yes.
I'd
Yes.
be interacting with, various organizations I was involved in, or just conversations around, community or school district conversations, which can be very interesting.
Yes, I was that way as well. I
Mhm.
guess as I get older in life, if you will,
Mhm.
um, my mornings are more beneficial for me versus those later evenings that I used to do. But
Yeah, it's a nice swap, isn't it? It goes
yes,
to
yes,
show
it
that
is for
well,
sure.
'cause I know, and I hope that those listening find that to be, um, inspirational, in that things change and we can evolve, and
Yes,
yeah.
awesome, awesome. What is your favorite productivity hack for entrepreneurs? Do you have one?
Mm, uh, I would say it's really what I help my clients do, and it's being fully engaged with your conscious awareness. So if you're flitting here and there and everywhere, you're just going to be flitting here and everywhere. But if you're actually fully aware, even like I am right now in this moment, engaged with the question and the conversation, I'm fully aware that I am making this time purposeful. And then I've actually, it's so interesting, isn't it, Lisa? You can probably relate to this. The things that become of us are just our practice now. It's our habits, it's our ways. And, even in this moment, I just want to acknowledge, think of all the things that we've adopted over the years that are serving us. And so, one of those things was, it took me a long time, but over time and working with coaches, I worked with a lot of coaches over the time that I've been around. But I would say in the last 15 years, I've worked with a lot of coaches, and the ideas that we put into practice really do serve us well, and they
Absolutely.
do bring forth that most precious productivity that is
Yeah,
purposeful.
I could not agree with that more.
Hmm.
Absolutely. And it's important as well
Hmm.
for you to
Oh,
put
yeah.
those practices into place to help you move forward and be successful.
Hmm.
Awesome, awesome,
Absolutely.
awesome. How would your family describe what you do?
Let's see. I would say that I support people in the things that are important to them in their lives.
Awesome, awesome. That's a good
Mhm.
description about what you do, for sure. What's the best compliment you have received from a client?
Uh, there's there's quite a few. I think the essence is just their testimonies show me how how the work that we do together has really helped them. It's
Awesome.
it's really it's something that you just almost can't express.
True, because it's different for each person you work with, I'm sure,
Oh yeah,
because
absolutely.
they have different, scenarios and situations and stuff that you help them with.
Yeah, they're influencers. They're influencing as parents. They're influencing in every role. Every role has a relationship, right? And so when they get really clear about what's important to them, they're able to articulate that and be confident. And oh my God, the changes that people are making, and yeah, I can go on and on about that.
Awesome, awesome. Well, what is the best way for people to reach out and contact you if they would like to possibly have a conversation with you or learn more about what you do?
Thank you. Yeah, so go to my website. It's animatelifecoaching.com, or email me, Susan at animatelifecoaching.com. I'd love
Awesome.
to chat with you. If you have something on your heart that's bothering you, let's have a little chit chat. And if I can help you, I will. And if not, I may know someone that can.
That's awesome. Awesome. Are you on social media as well?
I do have an Instagram account. It is animate_life_coaching.
Nice. Awesome.
Hmm.
Awesome. Thank you, Susan, so much for being here today. You shared some great information about coaching and the specific type of coaching that you do.
Mhm.
Anyone listening to this today, if you would like to learn more about the specific coaching that Susan does and helps her clients with, please do reach out to her. She's an amazing person, along with being an amazing coach as well. So, thank you again, Susan. Any last remarks you'd like to share?
Well, Lisa, I just want to thank you. I've just enjoyed knowing you over the years, and I think you're a lovely light to this world. And I just am really grateful that you invited me to be your guest, and I appreciate you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Until next month, I wish everyone well and have a great day.